Alright, today something important happened, and greyhound racing has been said to be banned by 2017. They're gonna stop it completely in New South Wales, and that's because of an 800-page report that was sent to the government detailing all the cruelty involved, and they were just like, yeah, this is not justified. I couldn't agree more, government, yes. But there's no more cruelty in greyhound racing than there is in horse racing or any other racing. So I hope that their logic follows, that they go and ban all that as well. Because what banning greyhound racing does is a couple of things. It makes out like dogs are more important than horses, for one. Because otherwise, why wouldn't you ban both when there's at least as much cruelty in both of them? So why only ban one? It either must be because the greyhounds are more important than the horses, which isn't true, or that the greyhound industry is more cruel, which also is not true. But that's what it makes out. It's like, well, it must be worse in the greyhound industry because otherwise they would ban horse racing too. You know, they'd write 800 pages about that too, which they could. So it gives two false ideas there. Dogs are more important, and that the greyhound racing industry is worse than the horse racing industry. No. Secondly, what's going to happen to all those people that bet on the dogs? Are they going to go, oh, well, that's over now? You know, nah, like they're going to start betting on the horses or betting on some other animal, because they haven't learned anything from this. They haven't learned that it's wrong to bet on animals just to race them around a track. They didn't learn that from this banning. So what's likely going to happen is that people who used to bet on dogs, people that used to bet on dogs are going to start betting on horses. There's quite a high probability that more horses are going to be bred into existence for this. More horses are going to suffer, more horses are going to be killed. So it's not a full win, but there are positives, and it's that animal cruelty is at the forefront, you know, today, and we're talking about it, and this gives us all an opportunity to explain these things I'm talking about right now. So there's positives to it, of course. But the biggest thing here I want to address is that if you're against racing dogs around a track, you think it's unnecessary to force them to do that, and all the cruelty that comes along with it, and all the killing when they become too slow to be profitable. If you think that's wrong, then you should also agree that killing animals for food consumption is wrong, because that is also equally as unnecessary and at least as cruel and violent towards animals. So if you're against killing animals for entertainment, you know, because entertainment is a form of pleasure and that's not a justified reason to kill animals, I agree. So if you think that's wrong, neither is killing and eating animals for entertainment either, for the pleasure of the taste of animals. That's why we eat animals. We don't eat animals for health, because we can be perfectly healthy and strong without killing and eating animals. In fact, we can be healthier. So we're not doing it for health. So what are we doing it for? Because they taste good, because it's pleasurable. Pleasure, a form of entertainment. And there's nothing better about killing and eating animals for food, for taste sensation, for taste pleasure. There's nothing worse or better about that than killing and racing and abusing dogs or horses or any other animal for the pleasure of the entertainment. So that's it. So I hope you realize that, you know, what you can do is to be vegan, and being vegan means you don't consume any animal products, you don't support any animal exploitation or cruelty. It's very easy to do, and that's the least that we should be striving for here, you know? Like, it's not about banning one little section of animal cruelty and supporting another and moving the cruelty around. That doesn't help animals necessarily. What we got to do is just say it's all wrong, which it is, and it makes sense, because if that kind of cruelty is wrong to those animals, why isn't the same type of cruelty to these animals wrong? Of course it is. So that's another thing we should be focusing on. I believe, right? This is what I believe. We should be focusing on promoting veganism, educating people about veganism, encouraging them to go vegan, inspiring them to go vegan. That way we can bring an end to all of this. Because if you're a vegan and you're putting your time and energy and money and resources into these single issue ideas, these single issue campaigns where we just focus on this animal and just this type of animal cruelty, then you're missing those opportunities to promote the bigger picture with the only thing that's going to end all of this. And there's already people that are against greyhound racing and against horse racing and against killing dolphins in Taiji and against whaling. There's already people that are against those things, that are fighting for those things that aren't vegan. So let's let them really cover that base, because a huge base that we're not covering is promoting veganism. Vegan campaigns, vegan education campaigns, like getting that message out there. And that's what I think vegans should be doing, because no one else is going to do that. Only vegans are going to promote veganism. So if you're a vegan, please make that a priority in your activism, because that's the only thing that's going to bring all of this to an end. And remember, racing animals around a track is just as cruel as killing animals for a snack. Last thing I want to do is just a huge thank you to all of the activists out there who are working so hard to make this world a better place. We all have our heart in the right place and we all have the same goal in mind. We might differ on our opinion of how to get to that goal, but I think it's important that we keep the lines of communication open, that we share our opinions, our different suggestions, and it's never a personal critique on anyone. It's simply about sharing ideas, because we all want to make this world a better place, and the more people out there discussing how we do that, surely the better it's going to be. So thank you all and keep up the good work.